Alrighty, I think we're going now. Welcome back to the Booga Box live stream. It's a special Saturday edition. It won't be very long today. We're just going to kind of review a few things and show the Mahomes inlay. So I'm thinking 20-30 minutes at the most. So, like I said, it won't be very long today. Going to kind of start out real quick with just kind of got the jelly cubes sitting out that we worked on. Figure I'll do those real quick first before we go into the Mahomes inlay, make sure everything's working good. Though after the stream I will be posting the time-lapse video and sharing it out there. So, and a picture. I was having a problem putting a picture and a video together, so there might be two posts. We'll see. Facebook does weird things like that. For my phone I can do video and pictures in one post, but for my desktop it won't let me. At one point you couldn't do it. Then you could, and now all of a sudden you can't do it again. So I was trying to do a test post of it, and yeah, it was giving me issues. So we'll just kind of start off here. These are the jelly cubes that I've been working on. This is the bigger one that I'm just going to keep growing. These two are the little 5x5s that I figured. Well, this one's a 5x5 too, but it's out of square ring, so it's a little different. Let's see if I can get it closer there. This is kind of just one of my first ones I did. I wanted to do a Chiefs stripes on it, so and I got a colored one. This is a little 3x3. I think about turning this one into some type of earring or something. I'm not sure. Big one we're up to, I weighed it just a little bit ago, 3.5 ounces. So it's starting to get up there and grow. So real quick here, while I'm still talking, we'll go ahead and do a flip over, and you can see the Mahomes there in the corner. That's a live picture. I got it set up over across the room here. We'll kind of get into that a little bit more as we go through the stream today. And I've got the time lapse we're going to show here in just a minute. I'm hoping the sound comes through. It's just a background music sound. When I was playing it and testing it, it wasn't showing it having sound, other than, I mean, the little gauge on the thing saying there was sound, but I wasn't hearing anything, so I don't know if sound's going to come through the stream or not with that. But we'll show that here in just a second. And I'm trying to make sure I got several different little screens going here today to try to do all this. So we'll just kind of move these little guys up over here for right now. And like I said, we're going to do just kind of a quick run through some of the things we've done over the last 5-6 weeks or so since we've been kind of doing this. So well, let's go ahead and start up the Mahomes time lapse. If there's no sound, there will be sound in the video that I'll post later, and I probably won't talk to it through this. Hopefully you don't hear me yelling at the cats or anything during it, but let's see here. There's that. So we'll transition over to it and give that a quick view. Like I said, it's under 2 minutes. It's like 1:55 or so. So we'll go ahead and play that, and then after that we'll come back and we'll kind of go from there. So here's the time lapse of 45 hours worth of weaving. it back over for y'all before I made the transition back, but that was the time lapse of it. It looks better at about 4 minutes, really, about 3.5 to 4 minutes. Kind of slows it down a little bit, but I didn't want to make it too long. So that's what we did there, real quick here. And we're going to transition over to the live view of the inlay. I'm going to walk over to it real quick with and kind of just so you know it's live and kind of give you a sense of how big it is. So I'm over here moving it. This is my ruler. So ended up being we ended up 19.5 wide by 23.5 tall. Right now I've just got it on a temporary hanger, but you know, that's what I plan on doing until it gets into the larger project of it, or the larger piece that I plan on doing to include it. So that's that. Let me go ahead and transition back over here. And we'll just leave that sitting there so you can kind of view it while we're kind of going over the few other things. Like I said, this isn't going to be very long today. I just kind of wanted to go over a few things that we've done. And if there wasn't no audio, I'm sorry. Like I said, it's just background music, so it doesn't get too boring for you. But here's the jar wrap we did a while back on our medium project night. It was one of the first thing that we worked on. I've been wanting to do this for a while, so it was just a jar wrap that we made for the Keck's root beer, Longhorn root beer. You've seen the jelly cubes. So then we did on short project night. We had some. We've been doing mostly bracelets, so we'll kind of start here with a few. I'll pull out some here, and this was Arkham, I believe. And I did actually quite a few of the Arkham. I was kind of digging it, I guess. So I did more of these than any of the others that I've worked on. Make sure they're coming through on the video here. Looks so. Yeah, I did some different sizes. This one's a square one. This is a round one, same size. Some smaller ones with some different color. So that's the Arkham weave. I did enjoy doing that one. And that's why I did so many of them. I wanted to try different sizes. And I do on most of my bracelets. Try to do them in the different sizes that I can. So if you want a larger, chunkier bracelet, or they can be, the smaller ones could be anklets and whatnot. So I think I can go one size smaller than this. I never did get to it yet. Just because I've been so busy doing all the different weaves and learning all the new things. So that there, I'll get most of these out of the way. I'll leave one kind of in view. So as we go through, and let's see here. Let's grab another one over here. This was I only did one of these, the Supersonic Waves. I do like it, and I wanted to do another version with some different color combination. Just never got to it. Again, with doing the Mahomes inlay, I kept wanting to come back and do the Mahomes inlay as much as I could, because I only got to work on it about 4 days a week, to be honest. Because Monday through Wednesday I was doing the other live stream for the bracelets and the medium project night. So I only really got to work on it Thursday through Sunday, and then there was a few Sundays that I didn't, just because I was trying to prepare for other things, and we had other things going on. So, but the Supersonic Weave, I do like it. I like that it gives you two different looks, like totally different looks in a way. That's why I want to do it in a few other colors. And probably rainbow version. I like doing rainbow versions just because it kind of shows off all the colors. So I guess I should bring these up a little closer sometimes. I meant to grab something else as a background, so there wasn't nothing blocking the coloring of them, or something bleeding through from my little paper down here. Let me go ahead and put this one up here so you can see the Arkham. See how it looks. Hopefully you can get a decent view from those. Okay, now let's get back over here, Supersonic. Let's see here. We got the ocean waves that we did. This was, I think, might have been the first one we did for small project night. was the Ocean Waves. Something I'd seen. All these are new weaves for me. I mean, I know a ton of others too, but I kind of wanted to stick with something new. And I did it in two sizes, did a square version and a smaller round ring version. But I do like this one too. It holds its shape pretty well. I enjoyed it. Did a few of those and a few different colors. This one, the darker rings, you probably can't tell too much in the video here, but they're a midnight purple or something like that. It was a new color. And so I tried to find a weave. Get in view here. Try to find a weave that I could use them with. Got a few others that I will eventually too. So that's the Ocean Waves. And move these on out of the way. Let's see here. What should we grab next? The Odin's Eye. I did like this one too. It's a Celtic, almost Visions. It changes over to Odin's Eye name with the Mobus kind of connectors here. Normally they would just be separate, but they flop around. That's why I didn't really like the Visions as much, because they would, it was hard to keep them looking the same. So the Odin's Eye, pretty much the same as the Visions, and I did want to try a smaller version, but again, just time with doing the streams and still processing orders. I mean, I was doing hacky sacks and bracelets. I had earrings. I had like 15 orders of earrings and had all kinds of stuff going on during all these. So sometimes I didn't get to do more as I was working on just normal sales. So did what I could. But I do like that one. It's a little chunkier, a little thicker of a weave. But I like it. Most of these I did enjoy. There's a few that gave me some issues that I didn't really care for, but this was a single of the Captive 2-in-1, I believe. It's a little stiffer. I mean, it still bends good, but obviously, but and there was a small version. I did have some rings out, and I actually had a piece of a smaller version, but I ended up putting it to the side after I got about halfway through, and I don't see it anywhere handy on my desk here, or I would show it, but it's kind of neat. The smaller version had a little more give and wiggle to it than this one, but it was fun to work with. Let's see here. One we did this last week, last Wednesday, was I got another colored version of it called Oops. It's basically a 4-in-1, but you're going 3-to-1 instead of 2-and-2 even to make a nice 4-in-1 sheet. It's kind of going 3 on one side, 1 on the other, back and forth. So you kind of get a little stair-steppy style to it. I actually did like it. It was one that did take me a while to kind of figure out, because I needed to start it a little differently than what I was trying when I was doing it before. We'll kind of bring that one up too, so you maybe can see the steppy style that it does. It was kind of a different but fun. Also, all these have been actually pretty fun. I enjoy doing my chainmail, so we'll go ahead and just put these right on up there. Should be enough room to show other stuff here. Let's see here. What else do we got? Here's the what was it? Sunburst. This one I tried to make more of a sunburst color. Kind of changed them in and out, and this is the same weave, different colors, same ring sizes, a little shorter. Like I said, I try to vary my size to figure out exactly what I need in my lengths so that they work. Bring that on up here. It's kind of neat. I'm kind of wondering what it'll look like without any color. I'm thinking about doing a stainless steel, welded up stainless steel version of this one. And a few of these actually. I just want to, while we're doing the live stream right now and the short projects, I wanted something that would fit within the stream time. So, and doing a welded version will definitely take a lot longer, being welded. We'll put you over here. Oh, let's see here. What else do we got? Was this Halo? Yeah, I believe this was the Halo weave. I did make a smaller version of it too. I kind of like it. It stays in. Here's the tinier version, using 20 gauge rings. I definitely like it. It's a lot more smoother than the bigger ones, and make good anklets or a bracelet. I mean, it just depends on what you like. You know, some people like more chunkier bracelets, some like more petite bracelets. So, and all these, you know, if you do these in stainless steel, they look good as men's bracelets. I mean, in the colored versions, normally, you know, women want those more, but you might like it that way too for a man. Uh, but you know, when you get into stainless steel, you know, a lot of stainless steel, just one single color looks better for a man normally, at least in my eyes. I like the straight, just stainless steel. Eventually, I'll do some in titanium and color them that way. And but this one, it was neat. It was a little more difficult in a way, but overall, I do like it. I'm gonna just leave a big version so you can kind of see it here. Move this off to the side. Where are we at running here? We're about 15 minutes. Like I said, I don't want to be too long today. I think this one was the Coda. Like I said, learning all these new weaves, I got to remember the names to them now. I've got a larger version and two smaller versions of it. There are some aspects of this one that I like and some that I don't. The biggest one here is sometimes these rings will want to kind of pop out over the bigger rings. It doesn't take much to move them back over, and it still looks good either way. If they kind of get out of place a little bit, but you know, the bigger version, I've had less problems with it popping out of place. Let me put one up here and get closer. So, you know, and I've ran into some weaves like that. You can see right here in the middle how these two rings they popped out over the silver one under it. And they can pop right back out over it. But it's one of those that I just don't know. I'm going to try to tweak it a little bit, see if I can get it so it won't pop out of place. Again, some of these I had to not guess on ring size, and well, some of them I did have to guess on ring size, I guess. Or I didn't have the exact ring size that they called for. Most people, you know, they'll wind their own rings and create the piece, and doesn't transition because you can't get every single size in anodized. They have a lot of them in different sizes, but you can't get all those incremental sizes. You know, 5/16 down to a quarter. You don't get any of them in between that. And some weaves call for ones right in between that. So, but I could do it in stainless steel or just straight up bright aluminum. Since I coil up and cut my own rings when it comes to that. I can't do the anodized aluminum. I can do anodized titanium and niobium to get colors in them and create the size that I exactly need. But when it comes to anodized aluminum, you're kind of limited. So, did we have any others? I think that was all of these. So, I don't know if that'll be in view. I think I've got my homes in the way there on that side, but that's all good. Let's see here. What else did we get? Oh, we did do some ties. Let me see if I can grab. We've got, you know, to do that though, I think I'm gonna have to move my bracelets out of the way so we got more room. Yeah, wake up Mr. Mouse so I can transition and pull off the side here from my home so that we can have more room. Let's see here, Mr. Mousey, and transition over to. We need the, well, all of them. What happened to my, oh, there it is. Just the basic view here. And can I go out wider? Yeah, there we go. So we'll move these up and kind of out of the way. Get the tie here. I got the large scale tie. I sell quite a few of these. They're simple, somewhat inexpensive because there's not a lot to them. Hopefully it all shows in the video screen here, I believe. And right, this one's just a solid silver, but you know, I can do colors with them. We can do minor stripes. I mean, it's a 2-in-1, 2-1, 2-1, so you can't do a whole lot into it, but it can be colorized up and changed up, you know, if you want to do some kind of custom like that. That's the extra large scales. And then we've got the large scales. Oh, here we go. that you can do a little bit more with, because it's a 3x2, 3x2, 3x2 on this, so it's a little easier to add in some stripes and color to it. You know, it can be up and down striped, it can be side to side striped, you can do many things with it. And then we're actually in the process of still working on this one. It's the small scale tie. It's not done yet, so it's still in process. What we have been working on Monday nights. And with small scales, it's a 5 and 4, and definitely a lot smaller scales than that. So you can add in a little more detail to it, but it definitely does take a lot longer. This one, I believe, takes me right around an hour. This one took about 3 hours or so. I think we're up to about 5 hours or so on this one. Not quite done yet. Definitely takes a bit longer. I was hoping to finish and work on it some more this week. It just never really got a chance to. Again, just so many other orders and doing the streams. Just busy, you know. You got all my chainmail stuff. That's my main thing, but I also do the laser etching. So I had quite a few laser etching type stuff I had to do. I had some LED lights and keychains. And I've got beer mugs, all kinds of different things. If you go check out the Facebook page, you might have to scroll a little bit, but if you just go right into pictures on the Facebook page, you can go see all the pictures that have been posted recently. I know most of my stuff on the Facebook page right now has been the live streams. I've been wanting to do weekends where I could post pictures of other things that I've done. I need to get better pictures, better lighting, and get that part done. So. But that's the ties. That's something we've been working on too. I know there's a couple other things somewhere here. Well, these I didn't really do during the stream, but these are the hacky sack juggling balls. I had several of these I needed to make up through the past couple weeks. This one's a little softer. This one's got a rubber, so a little stretchier. Just cloth infills, and once you play with them more, they will get softened up because of the cloth. If you really want to do it quickly, dunk them in water. That was actually an accidental find. The very first one I made, actually, we were playing with, and it was pretty tough. It was more like this. It was much harder when it first started. And I was actually in the kitchen one day with the kids and about killed myself because, you know, I'm almost 50 and trying to do some hacky sacking in the kitchen. About killed myself. But I kicked it and it ended up landing in the cat water bowl. And I was like, oh, really? I don't want to, you know, that kind of, I thought it was going to be ruined. And so I let it dry out. And after it dried out, it was like, you know what? This is nice and soft now. It's like you've broken it in. It's like taking a baseball glove and putting the oils on it to kind of break it in and stuff, and that's what happened when it got all wet, and once it fully dried out, it was nice and soft again, so more pliable. Actually made a better hacky sack after that. So those are just some that I already had, but I had a few of those I had to make up in orders, so I did have a few other things, but I did move them out of the way because I was trying to set up for this stream today. But, like I said, we're not going to take too much longer. I think I'm going to throw up the video one more time. We'll give a view of it. Let me go ahead and see if I can do a quick switch over my screens to have the Mahomes thing in there still. Yeah, figures, you know, depends on if the mouse wants to decide to work. Alright, that I'll be fixing. I don't think I've mentioned it yet. We are going to take next week off of our stream. I'm going to be redoing my system. I'm going to try to set up the cameras a little bit differently, do some testing that way, see if I can get some better angles on things. You know, when I started doing the stream, it was kind of thrown together. If you've watched any of these since we started, the first streams that I did was always a little weird and funkily, and it's slowly gotten better as I continue. You know, you learn more and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. I can just leave those there. And I'm going to start working in. I don't know if you can really see these too much. before they used to have their matte colored rings were all machine cut. And that, in a way, kind of blew, because I didn't like working with machine cuts. You get little pinches on your closures where you don't get nice smooth closures. I mean, they were still smooth-ish. But they've been making a transition to one of my suppliers here, and now they've got matte rings that are saw cut. So this is actually a group of stuff that the kids got me for Father's Day. Haven't gotten into them yet. They're like, you got to do a small project night with these. So I'll have to think of something to do with these. These I've worked with before, Frost, they've had for a while, but now they've moved them into the matte section. But, you know, these are all matte saw cut, which is kind of cool. I mean, it definitely is going to throw a lot more into my inlays. I'm going to have to change up some things that I could do in the inlays with having another variety of colors to add. So it'll be interesting. I think there's a few colors that they said they couldn't get because they were already out of them, but we'll be working with some of these when we come back too. I figured I might have to make the first night, I might have to figure out something I can do. But only one size, but that's the other thing that's going to kind of suck, because now I've got all these colors and all the different sizes that I'm going to have to slowly add into inventory. It'd be great to just be able to throw them in and add them right now, but when you're talking several different sizes and several colors, you're starting to get up into hundreds, if not thousands of dollars worth of material. Because it can add up quickly when you're doing this, that's for sure. So let's show that real quick. I think that's about all I have that's real close to me that I can really show off right now. And like I said, I don't want to go over much over the half an hour mark. We're at 27 now. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to show the Mahomes time lapse one more time before we end today, and we'll transition over to it. Like I said, I'll be posting this video to the Facebook page here in just a few minutes too, so come on, transition over. I got it there. Why won't you move over? I know you want to. Come on. Come on. Alright, we're going to have to do it the hard way, obviously. We'll translate it out. And use the other mouse. If there's sound going on, I am going to talk a little bit on this one. Like I said, hopefully you hear me if there is sound. It looks a little bit better when it is slowed down a little bit, but it takes longer to go through, and I didn't want something, you have to sit there forever to watch. This is under 2 minutes, so I figured that worked for this. Definitely had fun doing it, definitely learned some things. In the first portrait style, where there's shading and stuff to go through, and learn some things that all apply to future ones, so it's good. I always like to learn. Learning is good, even as you get older. And my old band teacher, she, never stopped learning, no matter how old you are. So she was even teaching me, when I was in my mid-40s, and still being a band teacher, she was still teaching me things. So I like to learn. And I do the time-lapse came out pretty decent. Like I said, it'll be posted up on the page. I'm going to have to probably make a separate post for the video picture. It's just one picture right now. I want to get outside and get a couple pictures too. It's been raining the last few days, so I haven't been able to do that yet. Hopefully we can here soon. But, like I said, next week we will be taking off. But I'll still be around. We're going to do a system reboot tonight. Take my computer apart, get it cleaned all up, get the GPUs cleaned up and all that, fans cleaned. And then the system redone, and then have to reload all the software. And then this next week I'll be testing new setups and whatnot. So I'll still be around, just won't be doing live streams this next week. We'll come back on July 5th on Monday. We'll do our first night back for live streaming. Hopefully a little different setup and whatnot. So, I'll go ahead and flip back. Use the other mouse. Hopefully I'll have the mouse issue fixed too, because that's just driving me about bonkers. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Didn't want to, like I said, didn't want to take too long today. I just kind of want to show off the Mahomes inlay before we post it up to the pages and all that. So, hope you all have a great Saturday. If you have any questions at any point in time, like I said, always, you can send me a message in personal page, business page, to any of my posts on the Facebook page. You know, they all work. So we're going to go ahead and call it quits for today. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully it was quick enough, and hopefully you enjoy the Mahomes inlay. And we'll see you back here on the 5th. I'm sure you'll see some other posts that aren't live streamed between now and then, but y'all have a great weekend. We'll see you later.